You have a purpose. I'm sure that most of you at some point in your life have had this thought that I have no purpose, that you don't see where life is taking you, you don't see the bigger picture, and you don't find meaning in life. But let me tell you that none of this is true because these are just stories made up by your mind, and these stories are not true. And these days, this feeling is more common because you're openly exposed to the lives of millions of people around the world through social media. And you often find yourself comparing your journey with the journey of others, when in fact, you only see the best moments of their journey. But the mind doesn't think that way, and you're getting fooled into believing that you haven't achieved anything in life, and so you're not good enough. You feel hopeless and you feel like you have nothing that you can contribute. But the fact is that you are special. You are special just because you have been given this gift of life. And the reason you have been given this gift is because you have a purpose. And as long as you wake up every day, just know that you are being led to your purpose and that there is a reason for your existence. There is a purpose that you need to fulfill, and you don't need to know what that is. You don't need to know all the details. All you need to do is have faith. Have faith in yourself and have faith in God that you are being led there. Because when everything else is taken away from your life, the only one that you have is you. The only person that you spend the most time in life with is you yourself. And so you have to become your biggest supporter, not your biggest critic. Every thought that you think and every emotion that you feel is your choice. You chose to feel and think that way. And if you choose to feel that you have no purpose, if you choose to feel sad and hopeless, if you choose to criticize yourself, please realize that these thoughts and feelings are created by you yourself. And so you yourself can change the way you think. You don't need anything external to change the way you think. All you need is that consciousness to realize the way you think and feel. Take a moment and ask yourself how you've been talking to yourself. Have you been talking down on yourself? Have you been putting a lot of pressure on yourself? Or have you been supporting yourself like an ideal parent? You need to treat yourself like a loving parent. If you feel you have flaws, accept them with love and work on them. Treat yourself with love instead of criticism, instead of anger, because that's the only way you can change, and that's the only way you can find your purpose. Now, if you find yourself in this situation where you often catch yourself overthinking, you feel unmotivated, you feel lazy, and you feel stressed, then I have 5 tips for you to help you change the way you think, to stop being so hard on yourself, and to find your purpose in life. So, number 1 is to stop thinking. If you find yourself caught in this endless loop of overthinking, the fact is that you've been spending all of your energy overthinking, and you've been making up stories that are not even true. And this overthinking is in fact taking away a lot of your energy, because even thinking consumes energy. So what can you do instead? That takes me to point number 2. Become present. By that I mean to do something that brings you in the present moment. One example is to meditate. Because when you meditate, you begin to slow things down a bit. You can start to focus on your breath. You can start to notice how the air flows from your nostrils, in and out. And just 5 minutes of focusing on your breath, going as slow and calmly as possible, can change your entire day and your mood. That chaos that was going on in your head, that overthinking mind, begins to calm down and begins to become more and more silent. You start to become more aware of your surroundings. You start to become more aware of the sensations in your body, and you start to see the simplicity in life. You realize that you can't change the past and you can't predict the future. But what you can do is be in this present moment. Enjoy this moment and do the best you can in this moment. Meditation is a way of connecting with your breath. It may sound very simple, but just connecting with your breath, just focusing on your breath for at least 5 or 10 minutes every day can have a massive impact on the way you think and how your day is going to go. Another way of becoming present is to do some form of exercise or movement. It could even be cleaning around in your house or cleaning your room, cooking your favorite dish, painting, taking a short walk. Whatever it is, make sure that you're moving your body rather than staying stagnant and spending all of your energy in the mind. Number 3 is to change your perspective. What I mean by that is, every time you think about yourself, you're thinking from your own perspective, and quite often you fail to see something which is quite visible to others, but it's not visible to you. Just think of yourself 10 years ago or 5 years ago. Go and have a look at those pictures of you from those times and compare that person to the person that you are now. I'm sure that you often don't recognize the person that you used to be, and you feel like you've come so far in life. You've grown into a better person mentally and even physically. Or if you ask your best friends or your family members what they think about you or what they feel about you, then you might hear things which you never thought or felt about yourself. Because you have been looking at yourself from your own perspective, from the perspective of this harsh critic, rather than a loving parent. So shift your perspective to a third person view. Look at yourself like a stranger. Then you would be able to see your flaws, but you will also be able to see your strengths. You can start to look at yourself in a different way. And by this, you can learn to love yourself. You can learn to treat yourself with respect. And most importantly, you can accept where you are right now. Accept who you are. Recognize how far you've come in life, all the achievements you've had in the past, and be proud of yourself for making it this far. And I'm sure that this simple way of having a look at who you were 10 years ago can really change the way you think about yourself now. Number 4 is to stop comparing yourself. It's easy to say, but most of us don't even realize how often we compare ourselves to others, or we are not even conscious of it. Every time you scroll on social media, you're constantly comparing yourself with the lives of others, with your friends or with celebrities. Or even if you go out on the street and you look at someone who has a better life than you, and you find yourself questioning why you don't have that life or how you could be like them. The fact is that everyone has a different journey, and no one, not even a single person, can have the same journey as you. You are unique and you are special, and everything that happens in your life happens for a very important reason, and it's leading you to your ultimate purpose. Every tiny incident has an important lesson hidden in it, a lesson that you need to learn to be where you want to be. And point number 5 is to take breaks. Finally, I want to say that if you're having these existential thoughts, it's because you're too much in your head. You have nothing better to do, so your mind has been making up stories to give you something to think about. It has been creating worries which are not even real, trying to come up with theories and stories as to why you are where you are. And when that happens, your life becomes so dark and gloomy, and you question yourself why you haven't achieved everything that you thought you would achieve by this point in your life. You probably had grand plans for yourself and thought you would have the perfect life by now. But the fact is that life will never be perfect, no matter how hard you try. Life is a mix of ups and downs. Every good moment is followed by a bad moment, and every bad moment is followed by a good moment. And this cycle goes on and on and on. And you have to learn to expect that and face everything that life has to offer with a smile and with gratitude. Because you realize that even this difficult time in your life, even this huge disaster or struggle that you're facing now, has a bigger purpose, has an important lesson, and is leading you to where you're supposed to be. So there's no need to worry. There's no need to question anything, but just face every situation with peace and with dignity. Do the best you can, but never give up. Keep moving forward. Keep having that faith and belief in yourself and on your journey, and always believe that you're being led to where you're supposed to be. Set a specific time each day, or set one day in a week where you do the things that bring you absolute joy. And I don't care what it is, as long as it makes your body and mind feel amazing. As long as doing that activity makes you have an amazing rest of the day or even rest of the week. It could be hanging out with friends, having your favorite meal, watching a movie, going for a run, or spending time in nature or with animals. It's important that you give your body and mind what it needs to feel good from time to time. Even the most disciplined people in the world often take breaks, because otherwise they just won't survive, and they would break at some point. Because the body and mind cannot be starved of peace, happiness, or joy for a long time. It's eventually going to find some or the other way to get these things. So it's up to you to choose the right option and to have the right routine for yourself to have a balanced body and mind. So in closing, I want to repeat again that you have a purpose. You are special and you are unique. And you're going to achieve all your dreams. So trust the process. Trust in yourself and believe in yourself, because you're the only one that you have. Love yourself. Treat yourself with respect. And remind yourself that life is beautiful. This life is a gift. So make the most of it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.